You wake up to a gray morning sky already heavy with the noise of messages, deadlines, and the familiar whirl of thoughts that pull you in every direction. Before your feet touch the floor, stress takes the first swing, an overdue bill, a curt remark from yesterday, a feeling you're falling behind while the rest of the world sprints ahead. You try to push it away, yet the knot in your chest tightens. That subtle pressure decides your mood, your posture, even the words you'll choose when someone asks, "How are you?" Most of us start our days this way, letting emotions lead the dance, without realizing that untrained feelings quietly choose our future. Maybe you've noticed how a single comment can ruin an entire afternoon. Perhaps you've felt helpless when anger or envy hijacks your plans, turning a polite conversation into a confrontation or a promising project into a half-hearted chore. These moments aren't rare slips, they're signs of a deeper pattern. When you don't hold the steering wheel of your own feelings, someone else, an event, a memory, a passing tweet, will. And when that happens often enough, life begins to feel less like something you're creating and more like something that's happening to you. Here's the core of the problem: we treat emotions as weather, unpredictable, uncontrollable, something to endure, when in fact they are muscles. Untended muscles are weak, shaky, and prone to sudden cramps. Trained muscles become precise instruments, they flex when needed, relax on command, and carry you farther than you thought possible. Emotional mastery is the same. It's not about erasing anger or blocking sorrow. It's about learning to feel them fully, then channeling their energy toward the life you want instead of the reaction you regret. The shift begins with noticing. Most people speed through an entire day without pausing to name what they feel. Naming transforms the vague into the visible. Saying to yourself, "That's disappointment," or "That's jealousy," pulls the emotion out of the dark and places it into your hands. It's no longer an invisible force piloting your actions, it's a tool on the workshop table. Research shows that simply labeling an emotion reduces its intensity in the brain, buying you precious seconds before you act. Those seconds are where power lives. Once you can name your feelings, you practice space, the small but mighty interval between emotion and response. The goal isn't to lengthen that gap forever, it's to make it just long enough for choice to slip in. Deep breathing works because it forces your body into the present. Journaling releases unspoken tension onto paper, making it less chaotic. A short walk uses physical movement to shift mental gears. Find any ritual that helps you step back, observe, and decide, what result do I want from this moment? By inserting deliberate stillness, you turn reflex into response. But knowledge must be tested in real storms. That's why practice should start with low-stakes settings: waiting in traffic, losing internet signal, hearing a friend cancel plans. Each irritation is a training rep. Plan the rep before it happens. When the cue moves slowly, I'll breathe and ask myself what opportunity this gives me, maybe to practice patience, maybe to listen to a podcast. Prepared responses shrink randomness. Then, when higher stakes trials come, a critical work call, a family disagreement, you've already built the neural pathway that keeps your voice steady and your judgment clear. Consider athletes whose careers hinge on controlling adrenaline. A basketball player steps to the free throw line in front of 20,000 spectators. His heart rate spikes, sweat forms, fear whispers, miss, and the game is over. Yet he exhales, bounces the ball, narrows his focus to the rim, and sinks the shot. He hasn't silenced fear, he's trained alongside it until fear becomes a familiar teammate that reminds him the moment matters. Surgeons, firefighters, and stage actors learn similar skills, feeling everything, but letting disciplined emotion guide precise action. Now see how this translates to everyday ambitions. You want to launch a business. The first marketing video flops, and anxiety screams, you're out of your league. But you've practiced. You name the emotion, discouragement. You create space, a walk, a breath, a page of reflections. Then you ask, what does discouragement highlight? It shows where your message missed the mark, there's data to adjust. Instead of quitting, you refine your pitch and shoot again. Each iteration converts raw feeling into fuel. Months later, customers praise the authenticity they sense, authentic because it came from emotions you own rather than denied. Relationships flourish under the same principle. An argument starts with someone you love. Old habits might push you toward volume, sarcasm, or shutting down. But mastery pauses the reel. You catch the heat rising, call it anger, inhale deeply, and speak from intention instead of impulse. I'm feeling hurt because I value your opinion. Can we find a solution together? Conflict turns into collaboration. Trust grows because your partner sees that their words don't detonate you. You absorb, interpret, and respond with respect. That kind of stability becomes magnetic. Emotional mastery also sharpens focus. When you're anxious, your mind flits from one catastrophic scenario to the next. Train the feeling and it becomes vigilance, the ability to foresee problems and prepare intelligently. When you're excited but disciplined, excitement becomes creativity instead of distraction. Mastered joy fuels lasting gratitude rather than fleeting spikes that crash into emptiness. Each emotion has a higher form waiting to be sculpted. The chisel is consistent self-awareness paired with deliberate action. The best part? This craft compounds. 5 minutes of reflection today grows into 10 tomorrow. A single calm response inspires the next. Soon, friends notice a steadiness in you. You always know what to say. Opportunities flow toward people who maintain composure under pressure. Managers, investors, partners trust them. Quietly, your controlled emotions rewrite your reputation, and reputation opens doors that raw talent alone never could. None of this means you become robotic. On the contrary, mastering emotion amplifies genuine feeling. Joy tastes richer when it's not dulled by hidden anxiety. Love feels safer when trust replaces insecurity. Even grief becomes a profound teacher rather than a bottomless pit. Instead of living at the mercy of passing storms, you sail with the wind when it's favorable and anchor firmly when it rages. Imagine 1 year from today. Same job, same city, same external pressures, yet inside, a dramatic shift. Mornings begin with a quick scan. What do I feel? Why? How will I use it? You reply to criticism with curiosity, not defense. You celebrate others' success because envy has been rechanneled into motivation. Projects finish because procrastination no longer disguises fear. You still stumble, but recovery is faster, lessons clearer. Family, friends, colleagues benefit from a presence that listens deeply and acts intentionally. That presence belongs to you, by your own training. So here's your call to action. Choose one recurring emotion that trips you: anger, anxiety, boredom, whatever shouts loudest. For the next 30 days, track it. Name it every time it appears. Insert space, 10 breaths, a short note, a brief walk. Ask, how can I direct this energy toward my highest goal? R.